Hi and welcome. It is the John Morris Show on a Tuesday, presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Not in Central Texas today, that fantastic backdrop that we have when we're in studio. Not so much today. I'm at the Bluemont Hotel in Manhattan, Kansas. Baylor plays Kansas State men's basketball coming up tonight. We'll talk all about that. We'll talk about the Jerome Tang situation. Matthew Driscol steps in as the interim head coach. The outstanding voice of the K-State Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, will join us in just a few minutes. We'll get his perspective on all that's transpired over the last couple of days here in Manhattan. Plus, look at the game tonight. There is still a game to be played. Baylor and K-State, both teams in desperate needs of wins coming up this evening. And it is an 8 o'clock tip-off tonight. So we'll look at that game. We'll look at the Big 12. Big Monday win for Iowa State last night in Ames. They stay undefeated at home. We'll look at the Big 12 schedule this evening. Then later in the hour, we'll check in at Getterman Stadium. Baylor Associate Head Coach for Baylor softball, Britni Newman, will join us. We'll get Brit's thoughts coming out of the San Diego State tournament. Baylor softball now 9-2 on the season, and I think that's a great start for a team that has 18 newcomers. To start off 9-2, couple of tournaments, one home game. I mean, the first tournament was at home also, but I think a really good start at 9-2 for Baylor softball. So we'll visit with Britt coming up in just a few minutes. So glad you're with us from here in the Little Apple of Manhattan, Kansas. We're in the Bluemont Hotel, and the benefit, and this is, we've stayed several places, a lot of places actually through the years here in Manhattan, but this is optimal. This is the choice because we're just down the street from Varsity Donuts, which is maybe you know the name, know about Varsity Donuts, world famous actually, and we are half a block away from Varsity Donuts. So trip down there early this morning. Brought back some donuts to deliver, and it's when you come here, it is worth the trip to go to Varsity Donuts. Today being Mardi Gras, they've got a king cake donut that is, I think, pretty popular this morning. I was checking out, and she said, "You don't want a king cake? It's Mardi Gras," and I said, "Oh, it looks great, but I think I'll pass." So Varsity Donuts just down the street. We are adjacent to campus. You can see, if you're watching behind me, this window, if you look out this window, it is the edge of campus right there. Some pillars kind of marking the edge of campus. Kansas State University, founded in 1863. So that's where we're located. It's Bluemont Avenue, actually 1212 Bluemont Avenue. Very Big 12 conference brand. But Bluemont Avenue right next to Manhattan Avenue, which runs along the side of campus. So that's our location here in Manhattan. And the weather is like it was when we went to Ames a few weeks ago, unseasonably warm for this part of the country. And again, like it was in Ames, a little bit strange in that there is no snow or ice on the ground here. In fact, I went out walking this morning. It was 56 degrees this morning, headed to 71. 71 degrees in mid-February is really, really nice anywhere, but especially here in the mid part of the state of Kansas. So that's our location. That's why we're here. The game coming up tonight, Baylor and K-State. Big game for both teams. Baylor sitting at 3-9 in conference play, now 13-12 overall. Really, really needs a win. That states the obvious. K-State, you could say the same thing. They are 10-15. They are 1-11 in Big 12 play. It's their worst start ever in a conference season. And this is a team also, as I was studying, preparing, they won their first 5 games of the year. K-State did. So they started 5-0. That means they've gone 5-15 since then. And that has led in part to the coaching change announced on Sunday. You know this, Jerome Tang, longtime Baylor assistant, is out. Matthew Driscol, former Baylor longtime assistant, is in as the interim head coach. Matthew Driscol, there he is, new this year, first year on the staff, coming from North Florida, where he was the head coach for 14 seasons. And hope to record an interview with Coach Driscol a little bit later when we go to Bramlage Coliseum for our shoot around, and we'll use that on our pregame show tonight. So look forward to seeing him and visiting with him coming up later. So Matthew Driscol steps in as the interim head coach, and this will be his first game tonight, as I guess good fortune would have it, or as God had planned it, that the everything works that in this situation, K-State plays Baylor tonight. So really interesting the way that has all transpired. I don't think I'm talking out of school when I say several from our traveling party went to see Coach Tang last night, Coach Jerome and Ray Tang at their house. I did not go. Ty invited me to go, but I thought, I said, how many are going? He said 7 or 8. And I thought, I don't want to overload them. So would have been great to see him, just sent greetings, but I didn't go, but several went over to see Coach Tang, which is what you would expect. You heard Coach Drew say in his press conference yesterday that it was good timing in that he can come up here and visit face-to-face and give him a hug. So I'm sure there was a lot of that last night. And we certainly love and respect Jerome Tang. He was part of the national championship team for Baylor in 2021 and just so many years here. And it was tough. I mean, you think about that staff that was in place for so long with no changes. And then Coach Driscol left, Paul Mills left, Jerome Tang left, and that's not a bad thing at all that they left. It was sort of inevitable with Baylor having all the success that they were, that these coaches would get opportunities at other schools. So that's what happened. And they're always, Coach Drew, if he was sitting right here, he'd say they're still, and they always will be part of the family. And they really are. And so that's why it's cool to be here, even in this situation, and will be great to see them coming up tonight. All right, we'll talk more about that with Wyatt Thompson coming up in just a bit. The game, an 8 o'clock tip-off tonight. It's on the Baylor Sports Media Network. It is on ESPN2 for television tonight. One of 3 games on the Big 12 schedule this evening. TCU plays at UCF. That is a 6 p.m. tip-off. TCU sitting at 6-6 in Big 12 play. They are 16-9 overall. They are putting themselves sort of quietly in position for an NCAA berth. I think TCU is, as well as they are playing. So this would be a key game for them. The UCF right there with them in the standings at 6-6 as well. And you would say the same for UCF. To me, I have to remind myself about the UCF Knights, that I think they do have a really good shot to make the NCAA tournament. 6-6 and 17-7 overall. So a really impressive win. They got a win over Kansas, on their home floor already this year. So those teams, that's an important game for both of them as they battle for possibly NCAA tournament status, finishing in the upper half of the league, which I think if you finish 500 or better, maybe even 8-10 in this league, you're going to get in the NCAA tournament. So both of those teams, TCU and UCF, 6-6 in the conference. So you can see right there with the standings how important that game is tonight. 6 o'clock from Orlando tonight. Also, late night in the Big 12. After our game, it's a doubleheader on ESPN2, and the late night game is 13th ranked Texas Tech at Arizona State. That is a 10 p.m. tip-off Central Time, 10 p.m. and 9 p.m. Mountain Time out in Arizona. But for Texas Tech, how about those Red Raiders? The win over Arizona in Tucson on Saturday has them at 9-3 in conference play. Tech is rolling. They are 19-6 overall. Arizona State is 4-8 in the conference. They are 13-12 overall on the season. And they play late night tonight, 10 p.m. tip-off from Tempe, 13th ranked Texas Tech at Arizona State. Those are the 3 games in the league tonight. Tomorrow night, Utah at West Virginia, 8th ranked Kansas at Oklahoma State, 23rd ranked BYU at number 4 Arizona. That'll be interesting to watch tomorrow night. BYU at Arizona. BYU, I don't know if we've mentioned this, but Richie Saunders is out for the year with a knee injury, and that is a huge loss for Kevin Young and the BYU Cougars. But that's tomorrow night. That's more. We can talk about that coming up tomorrow. Last night in the league, what a game. Boy, these big Monday games for the Big 12 have just been terrific. Remember last Monday, Kansas held serve at home, knocked off Arizona. The Wildcats were number one in the nation, winners of 23 in a row, 23-0 start to the season for Arizona, tied the Big 12 record for consecutive wins, a record now they share with Baylor, but 23 straight, and they lost to the Jayhawks in Allen Fieldhouse. That was last Monday. And then last night it was Houston, number 2 in the nation, with Arizona's losses, 2 of them last week. They dropped to number 2 in the nation. Arizona dropped to number 4. Houston moved up to number 2. And with that new number 2 ranking, they were on the road at Iowa State, number 5 or 6 in the nation. And what a game. Houston led by as much as 10 in the second half. And Iowa State, with that home court advantage, man, that Hilton Magic, Fran Fraschilla was talking about it again last night. And that is true. Iowa State came back to win. They stay undefeated at home. They're 15-0 at home this year. And Iowa State won the game over Houston. Battle of the heavyweights in the Big 12, 2 of them. 70-67 was the final score. So Iowa State with the win, they get to 10-3 in conference play. They are 23-3 overall. Is that right? Yep, 23-3 overall. Houston with the loss is 11-2. They are 23-3 also on the season. So the standings after that big Monday matchup last night, Houston alone in first still. They are 11-2 by a half game over Arizona at 10-2. Iowa State another half game back at 10-3. Kansas and Texas Tech are 9-3. So those are the Big 12, up-to-date Big 12 standings. And we got games coming up tonight and our focus on Baylor and Kansas State. Let's take a break, and our good friend Wyatt Thompson will join us following the break, the voice of the K-State Wildcats. Talk about the coaching situation, the change. Matthew Driscol, his first game as interim head coach. Plus, there's a game on the floor. Not all the action is off the floor here in Manhattan. We'll talk about all that with Wyatt when we come back. John Morris Show brought to you by the Brazos Landing in Waco and by Alliance Bank, Central Texas. Alliance Bank is your Central Texas business bank. Voted by Forbes 2025 Best in State Banks, Alliance Bank Central Texas values their relationships with their customers and their communities. With several locations across Central Texas, AllianceBankTexas.com. Wyatt Thompson joins us after a break. Stay with us. John Morris Show from the Rogue Media Network continues. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at AllianceBankTexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
At DeCampli's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. Been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
Is your vehicle in need of service or repairs? Visit Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center and get 10% off with a valid student ID. With ASE certified technicians, you can trust Freddie Kish to provide excellent service. Offering complete car care services foreign and domestic, from general maintenance to major repairs, Freddie Kish has got you covered. You can rest assured you're in good hands. Awarded the ASE Blue Seal of Excellence, quality is a guarantee. So hurry over to Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center.
Back with us, John Morris Show on the road today here in the Little Apple, Manhattan, Kansas. Baylor K-State played tonight, 8 p.m. tip-off Central Time. We're on the air at 7:30, tip-off at 8 on the Baylor Sports Media Network, television on ESPN2. The broadcast also on the Kansas State Sports Network, where you can catch the Kansas Hall of Famer Wyatt Thompson with the call alongside Stan Weber. And Wyatt, kind enough to join us on this Tuesday morning. Hey, man, good to see you. Good to hear from you. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. It is always an honor to be on the John Morris Show, so thanks for the invite. Welcome to Little Apple, sir. Good to have you here.
It's always fun. We're staying at the Bluemont, so a pretty good spot here.
Absolutely.
And I know you know that well. And how about 71 degrees today? It's pretty nice.
I didn't have much to do with that, but you're welcome. How about that?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Good deal. Tough few days, really tough season to this point for you and for basketball. And the decision was made, and the announcement came Sunday that Coach Tang was out, Matthew Driscol in as the interim head coach. Man, I feel for those guys. You know how much I love both of them and you and the program, but gosh, that's tough to go through, isn't it?
It is really, really tough to go through. You know, I remember when K-State hired Coach Tang, you and I talked, and you told me, and I think I had an idea, but you kind of gave me a pretty good thumbnail sketch of what he was going to be like, and that was right on the money. And such an incredible human being, you know, on so many levels. And I enjoyed my time with him. I didn't want it to end this way or at all. Unfortunately, though, it has been a tough go. K-State has just 1-11 in conference play. Nobody's talking about this, JMO, and you know it makes a difference, but we've had guys miss a total of 31 games with various family or issues or injuries, and that matters. I don't think we have probably enough depth in the front court. Our play has been, you know, pretty inconsistent. And so there you see a 10-win team and a 1-11 conference mark. And unfortunately, you know, it's just a really tough, and I'll say it this way. I got to throw this in too with Coach Driscol. He is as unique a human being as I've been around in a while. And I mean that
That's
with
right.
great passion and love. He's such a unique guy. And I talked to him yesterday after practice very briefly. And I thanked him for taking on this role as an interim head coach. And I said, it has to be so difficult, but I admire you for taking it on and what you're doing. And he was so appreciative, I think, of that. And I think he'll do fine. But boy, it's a tough time. I'm not going to kid you. You know this, man, better than anybody. We have a pretty big Baylor influence here right now.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, it's kind of worked its way to this.
Yeah, and I do hate that. And you won't be surprised to know Coach Tang and several of our coaches, Ty Beard, several others, they went over to see Coach Tang and Ray last night. So, you know, what he says is they're family and they're going to be family forever, you know, no matter what colors they're wearing. So I'm glad it's interesting, isn't it, that it's Baylor, your first game after this?
Yeah, it is. And I heard driving to work this morning, I heard from Coach Drew in his presser, I guess yesterday, talking about the best part of this is I get to see Coach Tang when we come to Manhattan, and I want to give him a hug.
Yeah.
I think that tells you everything you need to know. I mean, Coach Tang was there with him 19 years, and I just love him as a person, but his love for the game and what they accomplished in Waco, I think will always be special for him. And why wouldn't you want it to be? That was a heck of a run, man, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
From where they started to where when he left was remarkable, actually.
It really was. And then the game comes up tonight, and Coach Driscol will be over there. Do you think at this point in the season, does he make any drastic changes in what y'all been doing? Is it a new voice? How different do you think things might be?
I think honestly there may be a little bit of a difference, but very little. Honestly, I think all of these guys were on the same page and believing what they were doing was right and what fit this group. So I don't really see a whole heck of a lot of change coming. They worked on a couple of things yesterday that might be a little bit different, but I mean most people probably wouldn't even notice them if I'm being honest.
I didn't notice. I don't know how I didn't know this, but I didn't notice till yesterday. Henry Dugat's here.
Yeah,
That's great.
what a nice young man.
Yeah.
Around me so far, he's got just that little wry smile, and he's very quiet. But I think he's enjoyed it here. This last couple of days has been really difficult, but I really have enjoyed having him here, and Mark Vital too, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was saying. There's such a connection to your fine program through all of this. And, I was there yesterday, and it's just hard, JMO, we've seen it before, and coaches will tell you they're hired to be fired, and that is so, but man, you hate it for really great people.
Yeah, it's a tough business sometimes,
Yeah.
and they know it, and you and I have been around it, but it's just tough when it happens.
Yeah.
What these days, Wyatt, and you'll have good perspective on this, but these days when you're doing almost a new roster every year and you're re-recruiting your players,
Yeah.
and the transfer portal, is where you go shopping, almost more than high school recruiting. These are strange times, aren't they, in college athletics?
You said that perfectly, because I think it is. I mean, the best of coaches struggle from time to time with, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 new guys. I mean, think about, the Baylor group and how few people they had back, and Kansas. And that's Baylor and Kansas,
Yeah.
right? And it's happened here way more frequently, I think, than in the last couple of 2 or 3 years than Coach Tang would have wanted, but it is part of it. And I've always said in these interviews, and I'm sure you say the same thing, I understand why the kids get in. It's a business now, and it's pay for play, whether you want to admit it or not.
Right.
And it's in their best interest to at least scout it out. And it is big money now. And, I'll bring up Coach Snyder here. Many years ago, Coach Snyder made a statement to me that we've lost our way in college athletics. I don't know what he would say about today's culture. It's
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I know he would dislike it immensely, but it's changed so much in the last 4 or 5 years. It's just crazy.
Yeah, wild. What do you think the fan reaction, the student reaction will be tonight? Will there be, kind of renewed excitement, enthusiasm, full house? What do you think the Bramlage is going to be like?
It's a wonderful question, and it is a proper one, isn't it? But the real truth is I don't know. I would like to think that they will, give Coach Driscol a chance, and because the last home game we played, it was Cincinnati, and we had kids wearing bags over their head and crazy stuff like that. And when you're doing this thing with so much money on the line now, I guess the expectations are higher than ever before, and that's the bottom line. But I do think that I'm hopeful, at least, that they will give Coach Driscol a chance, because you know what he's all about. I know what he's all about, and he's what's good in college athletics as far as I'm concerned, 1,000%. And hopefully they'll be into it. They're facing another pretty darn good team, even though they've struggled a little bit this year too. And I hope it plays out that way.
Yeah, important game for both of us,
yeah.
Baylor and K-State coming up tonight. Let me take a sharp left turn. Colin Klein back as your head football coach. How's that transition gone so far?
Well, when I first saw him when he got to town, I held out my arms like this and hugged him. I said, "This is a little quicker than I thought it was going to be."
Yeah, right.
When he left and took the job at A&M as the offensive coordinator, I didn't want him to leave, and he knew that. Nobody wanted him to leave, but he had to do it for his career. And I think he did with the thought that he's going to be a head coach someday. And I wanted to be here. Who knows how that will work out, but he's thrilled to be back. There's still, I think, part of him that doesn't really think it's real, but it's sinking in slowly and each day a little bit more and a little bit more. I love him a lot, J-Mo, just because of the type of individual he is. And he's put together a really interesting staff, and they've done pretty well in the portal and in recruiting, and continue to work on the 27 class and all of that. So I think they've done well. It's good to have him here. I was so down when I heard, that Kleiman was going to step away. And I think most of that was Chris was just so tired of the landscape of what this has become. And I think he needed to get away from it. Will he coach again? I don't know. But I think the game is better with him in it. And he was great to me in the 7 years that he was here. But, if there's sometimes when things happen that break your heart, the next step is, something good. And that's the way I choose to look at this. And I love Colin Klein. I'm not going to deny it to anybody anywhere. He's a unique talent, 1,000% true.
Great hire. And I've always told you I like Chris Kleiman a lot. And I just hate the situation, that led him to leave. And maybe he comes back, but for now he's out of college football, and that's a shame.
It is a shame. And I'm so appreciative of, and this, you attend Big 12 football media days. Just this last summer when we were there, so many people said to me, "Man, I just love your coach. He's so consistent in what he does and what he says." And now here he is, no longer the coach here. Who would think it, right? But it does happen. There's a lot of pressure in this, as we talked about, even with basketball a moment ago now. And it's just so different than it's ever been in my career, J-Mo. And I've been around a long time like you have. And you have to accept it. You don't always necessarily like it, but Chris did a great job here, and he was very consistent. And to me, that's all you can ask for. He was just the same guy every day, no matter what. And I appreciated that about him so much, and he was awesome to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, some of the fallout from that, we got a couple of guys from his last staff, including Joe Klanderman, who I'm just getting to know. But gosh, I like that guy. I think that is a home run hire for Baylor to get him.
I'm totally prejudiced, but yes, I agree with that 100%. I think you're going to find Joe is an easy guy to work with. He's passionate about a lot of things, football being one of them. And I wanted him to stay. And I knew, it might happen, it might not.
Right.
But boy, if he were going to go somewhere else within the league, I'm okay with him going to Baylor. I just think he will flourish there. You will like him, and he's very aggressive in what he does. Believes in the system, believes in the kids. I think that's the thing you'll recognize too as time goes on. You may not recognize it right away out of the gate, but I just really appreciate him. His family, it's a really good fit for you guys. I'm just going to be honest about that. There's nothing in the time that I've spent with Joe Klanderman would give me any kind of red flags in any way, shape, or form. Great family man, all of that.
Great. I'm excited about it. Hey, great to visit with you. I appreciate your time. I'll see you at Bramlage coming up this evening.
That sounds good. And you're welcome on that weather, brher.
Yeah, thank you very much. Can't thank you enough. 71 degrees in Manhattan, Kansas.
Maybe a little windy, but hey.
Wyatt Thompson gets all the credit for it. Thanks, Wyatt. We'll see you,
brother. See you tonight.
All right. Man. Wyatt Thompson, the great voice of the K-State Wildcats, 4-time Kansas State Broadcaster of the Year, including the last 2 years, and a member of the Kansas Broadcasting Hall of Fame. All right. Take a break. When we come back, we'll shift gears. Let's check in at Getterman Stadium. Britni Newman will join us, associate head coach for Baylor softball, off to a 9-2 start to the season. We'll visit with Britt when we come back. John Morris Show brought to you by the Brazos Landing. What's today? It is Mardi Gras. Well, this Mardi Gras, indulge in the spirit of New Orleans at the Brazos Landing in Waco. Get the festivities started with $5 hurricanes and rum runners. Enjoy specialty-made Cajun dishes like seafood gumbo, boudin balls, red beans and rice with sausage, and finish the festive meal with king cake, only at the Brazos Landing in Waco. Check out that entire menu on the web at thebrazoslanding.com. Take a break. Back with Britni Newman from Baylor softball after this. John Morris Show will continue live from Manhattan, Kansas.
If I'm only wearing one suit this summer, it has to be Tuileries Performance Linen. It's wrinkle resistant, machine washable, and built with stretch and breathability that actually moves with you. It'll keep you cool, sharp, and stress-free at your next event.
Some of the best foods that you can eat are very simple foods. So we selected very lean proteins and put them on the best trajectory, the best plane to live a healthy life.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
Introducing Bark in the Belly Premium Dog Food. 100% of profits go to help dogs in need.
MiniBidets.com, where we sell mini bidets, not mini bidets.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people, from first accounts to business growth. They actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Back with us, John Morris Show from Manhattan, Kansas. The Little Apple, Baylor K-State men's basketball coming up tonight. We are brought to you in part. We welcome in Toe King. Toe King is here to help the next time you're stuck on the road, a locally owned and family-run business. Toe King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with highly trained operators. Toe King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Toe King the next time you need help. And we welcome Toe King to the program. And we welcome in now Britni Newman, Baylor softball associate head coach, pitching coach for Baylor softball. Britt, welcome to you. Thanks for your time this morning.
Hi, John. Good morning. Thank you for having me today. I'm excited to be here. So thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks. We got basketball late night tonight. Let me tell you, it's going to be 71 degrees in Manhattan, Kansas in February. Isn't that wild?
It's wild. The weather has been very warm. I hate to say too much about it. Don't want to jinx it because
Yeah,
we
right.
do like the warm weather out here on the softball field.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's no way to know, but I think we'll have another cold snap coming. I don't think we've got this for the rest of the time.
I know. I'm with you. I don't think it's this warm weather's in the bag just yet. So we'll see.
Pretty nice weather, and you are coming from San Diego, which may be the weather capital of the world. Good tournament out there. Another 4-1 weekend. How'd you feel about the games in San Diego?
Yeah, it was a great tournament. Really proud of our team. You know, I know Coach Moore's mentioned many times how young our team is and how much growth is happening day by day. Just really, really proud of our team. And I just think of our leaders, our leadership, Amber having an amazing start to the season. She's got 4 home runs behind her right now. And even Brooklyn Carter right now is leading the team in overall batting average. She's hitting .565, which is outstanding. Wow. And then, you know, kind of going down the list, I'm just really proud of, we've got some freshmen that are in the lineup right now, which is amazing. And Kagan Marshall's hit a couple bombs. So just really happy with our growth and just putting some runs on the board, which we need for our pitching staff as we're young there as well. And happy to see us getting better in the circle each game.
With so many new players, so many young players, I think 9-2 is a terrific start to the season. You know, thought it might take a little time to kind of find their way and get used to this level. How do y'all feel about the 9-2 start?
Yes, very proud of our team to be 9-2. It's been really just a learning process, and each game is taught us a little bit more about our team and what we know about each other. And but overall, just really proud of our girls and being able to come up. We've had some big wins. We've had some walk-off wins this season. And so I love their grit and their determination to not give up and to figure out a way to win. And so just really proud of them. It's been tough on the heart, though, having to grind through those walk-off wins. But nevertheless, so proud of the team and their fight.
Yeah. We talked to Hoot last week, and that was coming off the Getterman Classic when you had 3 walk-off wins in a row. That is wild for the games to come down like that, but then to win all 3 of them.
Yes. Again, I love this team. I love what they're about. They're fired up. They're ready to play. They're energetic. You definitely can feel the energy from our youth, and just proud of them and very excited to see moving forward to this weekend. We go from the West Coast last weekend to the East Coast this weekend, and we'll definitely face some more good competition. Clemson is another really good team that we'll see amongst Lipscomb and Coastal Carolina. So it'll be just another good outing for us as we try to build our resume going into conference play. So looking forward to it.
Great. Let's talk pitching, your area of expertise, and tell me about Peyton Tanner. Looked like she's off to a really good start.
Yeah, Peyton is doing so great. She's really been able to just utilize her whole arsenal of pitches. She's worked on some new things over the off season and the fall. And so it's so great to see that work come into play and see some of those pitches that she's been trying to master. And I just think of San Diego State, the first night that she went in, and she was really utilizing like her rise ball and her screwball. And then when we faced San Diego State again the next day, she worked a little different strategy with them, and it worked. And I just trying to get her to continue to build her confidence and knowing that she's got a lot of good tools to use. And so I think just for her, that's building confidence, being able to use, her third best pitch in a game and still beat a good team is really good for her. So just really proud of her. And she's attacking the zone and utilizing her changeup and off speed. That's been something that she really wanted to use this season, and it's been very effective for her. And changing speeds is big time, at this level. You got to be able to change speeds, and she's doing well at that.
Wow. Sounds great. And how about Cambry? Is it Krieger or Krager?
It's Krager.
Krager. Seemed like she's
Yes.
doing really well to start also.
Yes, I'm very proud of Cambry as well. Just another pitcher that has a lot of tools and just really needed to fine-tune some things, get that confidence back. And each game that she and Peyton and the other pitchers that have been in, I feel like they've been just seeing progress and they're getting better. And, just confidence is so huge for our athletes, and that's in all sports. And she and Peyton and the others are definitely feeling that each outing that they go out, they're getting better. Cambry and Peyton, they're coachable, they're team players. They bring a lot of energy, a lot of leadership to the field, even as sophomores. So I love that I get to work with them every day.
And then you got Sadie Ross, one of the returnees in there. Would you say, Lexi Warnicki, would you say you have a number one, an ace at this point, or is that still to be determined?
Yeah, I think that's still to be determined. I think they're all fighting to get out there and compete. And I think what's so great is that all four of these that we've mentioned, they're all different. And I think what's so great is, let's say Peyton and Lexi are kind of more up ball pitchers, and then Sadie and Cambry are kind of more down ball pitchers. Right. So I think pairing them together is a really good combination when you're trying to, just bring different things to attack the offense. So I think that they all can work really well together because there are some differences, but nonetheless, proud of them. They're competitive and bring a lot of great energy.
Great. Final thought. You mentioned it. Head off to Clemson for the tournament there this weekend. Another good test, and y'all are getting some frequent flyer miles, aren't you?
Yes, back to back on the road, and we're excited. Never been to Clemson, and I don't think Coach Moore's been there either. So excited about that, and we'll start out with Lipscomb and face them, and then we'll have Clemson and Coastal Carolina. So it'll be another good feat, and some good programs that have, participated in NCAAs in the past. So it'll be a good fight for sure.
Very good. Well, travel safe. Thanks for your time this morning, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you, John. Have a great day.
Great to see you. Thank you very much. Britni Newman, Baylor softball associate head coach. Baylor softball off to a 9-2 start to the season. And again, 18 newcomers on the roster, and you start 9-2 playing against, really good competition. I think that's a great start to the year, and really encouraging to hear Britt talk about her pitching staff and those youngsters that are there and what they can do also. So they play at the Clemson tournament this weekend in Clemson. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We will look ahead. We'll wrap things up. We'll share some birthdays with you. We are on the road here in Manhattan, Kansas. Baylor and K-State coming up. Tonight, men's basketball. We are brought to you in part by Kish's Complete Car Care, family-owned and operated. Kish's Complete Car Care in Waco has been serving Waco drivers since 1998, voted #1 auto shop year after year, located on Franklin Avenue, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. Call now for your next repair. Also brought to you by Waco Foundation Repair. Thanks to David Maddox, locally owned and operated, Waco Foundation Repair believes in one principle, one family helping another. They provide a full range of foundation repairs. They don't just do the job, they do it right. WacoFoundationRepair.com is where to find them on the web. We'll be back, final segment, live from Manhattan, Kansas. In a moment, keep it here. John Morris Show, presented by the Brazos Landing in Waco and Alliance Bank, Central Texas.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. I said I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here. Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
It's a great meditation sport. It's just yourself. You get out here, feeling the rhythm, feeling the rhyme. It's a good time. Gives me the opportunity to hang out with the fellas for about 5 hours, and I get some solitude, relaxation, and a great time.
Malban Golf.
As life goes on, it settles into patterns. But it doesn't have to go that way. You just have to do one thing. Get out of the house. Get out of your comfort zone. Leave room for the unexpected.
American Tourister. Is your vehicle in need of service or repairs? Visit Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center and get 10% off with a valid student ID. With ASE certified technicians, you can trust Freddie Kish to provide excellent service. Offering complete car care services foreign and domestic, from general maintenance to major repairs, Freddie Kish has got you covered. You can rest assured you're in good hands. Awarded the ASE Blue Seal of Excellence, quality is a guarantee. So hurry over to Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center.
For those who want the best, look no further than the Founders Series by Louisiana Grills. If you want the best food, then you need the best grill. Louisiana Grills.
At DeCampli's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decamplis.com.
Welcome back, John Morris Show. Thanks to Brandon McGinnis and Garrett Ross behind the scenes, making things work for us as we are on the road, Lord willing, back in studio tomorrow. But here in Manhattan, Kansas for Baylor and K-State men's basketball coming up tonight. Thanks also to Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Thanks to DeCampli's Restaurant, and we welcome in Lake Waco Golf Club as a partner with us as well. Lake Waco Golf Club, a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course, as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill and pro shop. Become a member today. Check them out at lakewacogc.com. lakewacogc.com for more information. Welcome to them. Let's mention some birthdays today. And today is Jim Grobe's birthday. Coach Grobe, a terrific career coaching college football, and answered the call when Baylor needed him, came in for 1 year. And gosh, it was so fun to be around Coach Grobe and get to know he and Holly during their short time in Waco. But today is Coach Grobe's birthday, so I'm going to shoot him a text and tell him happy birthday today. Jim Grobe, just salt of the earth guy, and really fun. He was at a game this year at McLean Stadium. Just came to visit and was in Coach Taft's suite. And I can't remember which game it was, but it was so nice to see him again. So happy birthday to Jim Grobe across the miles. Today is Matt Roberts' birthday in Baylor Athletic Communications. Happy birthday, Matt. I won't see you today, but I'll see you in the office tomorrow. So thanks very much to Matt. Does a terrific job. Happy birthday to him. It is Michelle Sherrow's birthday. If you're wondering if Eric Sherrow is on the trip with us, the answer is no, and this is the reason why. It's Michelle's birthday today. So good move by Eric to stay home and celebrate with Michelle, former track student athlete at Baylor. Happy birthday to Michelle Sherrow. It's Gene McGann's birthday down at KCEN. Happy birthday to him. It is, it's Yelena Stoneyvuk's birthday, former Baylor women's tennis player. at Baylor. Cindy Livingston, now Cindy Livingston Knight, worked with her at KWTX. Happy birthday to her. Wes Phillips, birthday today. Coach Wes Phillips would be the grandson, right, of Bum and the son of Wade Phillips. I think that's right. Happy birthday to Wes Phillips. Was with Baylor on the coaching staff for a while there. Tony Pruitt's birthday today. Happy birthday to Tony. A lot of you know him in the area. Bill Thrasher's birthday is today as well. So there's my list. I apologize if I left anybody off, but happy birthday to all those folks. And let me end with this. I won't end with this, but wanted to make sure you know, Mike Sims sent me a text that Marie Abel had passed away. Marie was with us in Baylor athletics for 40 years and just passed away recently at the age of 97, and did so many good things for Baylor athletics in the ticket office and the business office. And it was just, I think about the time when Marie was there and Skip Cox was there, and then Mike Sims kind of transcended that era to the next era. But it was just such a different world in Baylor athletics and most colleges. I mean, for Baylor, it was really a mom and pop organization, and they made it work and they ran it well. And then it just became, now it's just a big business, a huge business. Not to say they couldn't have flourished in this environment as well, but Marie Abel was one of the real keys in making Baylor successful during her time there, her 40 years there, and just a wonderful woman. Lived here in Waco until she passed away. I think February 7th was the date. They say no service right now, but in the spring they will have a service to honor and recognize and celebrate the life of Marie Abel. And we do that by mentioning her this morning. Pray for her family. And gosh, love Marie Abel. She was always so nice. Even after her retirement from Baylor, would run into her. She was still around, and I'd run into her, and always loved the opportunity there. And I would say, if you need anything from Baylor, because I'm still here and she had retired, I said, if you need anything, you call me. And she said, I know you mean that. And I did, and I do. And she deserves celebrating. Marie Abel deserves celebrating. All right, we're going to wrap things up from here. We'll talk to you tonight with the broadcast, Baylor and Kansas State. We're on the air at 7:30, tip-off at 8. It is on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Television is on ESPN2 coming up tonight. Schedule for the day, you say, well, what do you do all day? Well, Coach Drew makes it interesting and just keeps the guys going, lets them sleep in this morning. Breakfast right about now, right about the top of the hour. Shoot around at Bramlage Coliseum at 11. A little bit of a break. Then they'll come back for pregame, chapel, and scout at 3 o'clock. And then before you know it, you're on the bus and you're headed to Bramlage and you play the game. And then we're back home late tonight, probably 1:30 or 2 a.m. arrival back in Waco this evening. But that would be a normal day schedule routine, depending on the tip time for Baylor basketball on the road. And a part of that you probably know, but I want to make sure you know, is pregame, which is the pregame meal, chapel. They always have a chapel service every game day. And then they do scout, a review of the scout that they've been going over the last couple of days, and then they are ready to hit the floor against K-State coming up this evening. The chapel is normally led by one of the assistant coaches or staff members. It was Ty Beard on Saturday for the game prior to Louisville, and I'm not sure who it is this afternoon. But always so good to be with Baylor basketball and be able to sit in on the chapel service and the scout that they have before every game. So coming to you from Manhattan, back in Waco tomorrow. Thanks to Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the K-State Wildcats, who was on with us. Really appreciate him. And thanks to Britni Newman, who was on with us as well from Baylor softball associate head coach. Lord willing, we'll talk to you tomorrow in the 9 a.m. hour. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for tuning in to the John Morris Show, presented by the Brazos Landing in Waco and Alliance Bank, Central Texas. Thanks to the Rogue Media Network. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
At DeCampli's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. Been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
Is your vehicle in need of service or repairs? Visit Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center and get 10% off with a valid student ID. With ASE certified technicians, you can trust Freddie Kish to provide excellent service. Offering complete car care services, foreign and domestic, from general maintenance to major repairs, Freddie Kish has got you covered. You can rest assured you're in good hands. Awarded the ASE Blue Seal of Excellence, quality is a guarantee. So hurry over to Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center